Oh, hey there. I'm Davis Ham with Loud Light, and this is your Week 11 recap of what happened in the Kansas legislative session. Far-right Speaker of the House, Republican Representative Ron Reichman, asked chairs to ban Democrats from carrying bills on the House chamber floor. This is seen as punishment for Democrats advancing due process for teachers. It will prevent freshmen from completing a rite of passage and fulfilling a basic duty. Representative Minority Leader Ward called it a temper tantrum. Republican Representatives Weber and Powell pushed a resolution condemning pornography as a public health hazard. Republicans compared pornography to the heroin epidemic and blamed it on various social ills. The law would do nothing but drew questions of First Amendment rights, most notably from Representative Carmichael, who asked if Shakespeare's writings and if the exposed breasts painted above the chamber floor would be considered pornography. The bill passed 123 to 1. On Monday, the Senate passed Medicaid expansion 25 to 14 and it headed to the governor's desk. 3 years ago, the governor said that he would leave it up to the legislature if they would pass or not Medicaid expansion. Apparently, he changed his mind because on Thursday morning, he vetoed it. A veto override attempt began in the House, and after an hour of debate, they decided to table it until Monday. They will take the debate back up on Monday and potentially override the governor if they get just 3 more votes. Then it would head to the Senate where they only need an additional 2 votes to override the governor. Advocates for expansion are urging people to call their representatives for this final attempt to expand Medicaid in 2017, which would bring insurance to 150,000 people and prevent dozens of hospitals from closing. In August, 10-year-old Caleb Schwab was killed while riding a water slide at Schlitterbahn in KCK. This brought to light that Kansas has some of the most relaxed regulations on amusement park rides. His father, anti-regulation far-right Republican Scott Schwab, who's Speaker pro tem, had asked for a bill to be advanced to increase these regulations. That bill was debated this week on the floor, where Speaker pro tem Schwab said, "I didn't come here for new regulations and increased fees. I'll never deny government has a role, and you can get to a point where there's not enough for those who need it. The bill will likely pass final action next week." The House debated and passed stringent restrictions on information provided when seeking an abortion, down to the text size and font. Some argued that the standard should be applied to all elective surgeries. This may be setting up the state for another lawsuit for unconstitutional abortion restrictions. This is the final week before the legislature goes on a 3-week break and then comes back for 2 weeks for the veto session. Anything that doesn't pass this week is likely dead. The Medicaid expansion showdown will start on Monday and may go into Tuesday. We still haven't figured out a school finance formula to appease the Supreme Court, and we still haven't created a revenue reform bill to plug the budget gap for next year. If these 2 issues are not figured out soon, we're headed to a special session this summer. On Sunday, April 9th, from noon to 1:30 at the Lawrence Public Library, myself and community organizer Yasmari Rodriguez will be leading a workshop, Activism 101, where we'll talk about how you can mobilize your community to demand change. I hope you'll join us. Thank you so much for your donations, encouragement, and support. Until next time, thank you so much, Kansas.